Hello, hello. Okay, I feel like this is last minute, so I don't even know if anyone will make it on here because I decided to come on last minute. So I'll just wait to see. Hey, Arcane, how are you? Ooh, I just got like a strong. You're okay? It's got like a strong vibration. What's going? My energy strong today? Oh, okay. What are you up to? I'm really happy you mentioned that. Oh, well, I just got like this sound of a strong vibration. I get these sounds. Maybe it's you. So, have you guys seen all the stuff I've been posting? Because I started a new podcast. I hope everyone doesn't mind. It's a little tricky because I'm advertising. Hi, Susan. I'm advertising my new podcast on my regular page, but Jen's the most adorable guest last. I know, isn't she? Isn't she? She like was really nervous and then she kept regretting. Oh, I regret writing into you. Then she thought she regret coming on. And then I said, "Go look at the comments. People loved you." And then she's like, "Oh my god." Yeah, she was very cute. Totally a cutie. I've seen about Starbucks. Yes. Well, I started a new podcast with a very long time friend. You guys heard me have him on where he talked about my very first reading, which was in Starbucks that we worked at. And for the longest time, we wanted to do a podcast about the 90s and can't wait for the next podcast with Jeff. Did you listen to this one? Did you listen to our new podcast? Because he's not coming back on mine. We started a podcast together. When Starbucks Was Fun is the name. Yeah, see, yeah, that's not he's not coming on mine. When Starbucks Was Fun is only on Spotify. Is it not showing? It's showing on Spotify. I'll check Spotify. Yeah, it's only on Spotify right now. Will you and Jeff be opening a cafe ideas? Not yet. We're just trying to get this podcast going. How do I keep my energy strong? Um, Seems like you're doing fine. Great idea. Well, we started this podcast. Yeah, if you can't find, see, everything just got uploaded. And when it comes to podcasts, you have to put them on all of the networks, all of the platforms, I should say. And we put it on Spotify first, and it's going to take a minute for it to kick into Apple and all the rest of them. But we also have a YouTube channel called When Starbucks Was Fun, and you can check that out. There's Jen, Susan. This is Jen. Jen, Susan was just talking about you and how great you were on my podcast. Hey, hey. So yeah, so it's been kind of weird because I'm promoting both these podcasts. You were great, Jen. See? She was so worried. Speaking, love Susan. I mean, a lot of people make comments. And let me tell you, it is hard to get people to comment on um on my Instagram or on anything People don't comment like they used to. So getting people to comment. And I need some stories. I need some stories. Jen can't be sending in all of her stories, as many as she has. I need some other stories from people. I need some emails. Oh, I got you. Somebody sent in a donation. Who is that? How did I guess? I said, I bet it's Sebastian. I feel like I'm the only people that comments. I'll write in this weekend with something. Okay. That'd be awesome, Susan. You do comment like you are one of the people, but I appreciate. I got you, Blueberry, aka Arcane, aka Sebastian. Um, but yeah, so if you can't, this new podcast is very fun and silly. It's very different than my podcast. Is it weird that I'm having two of them? Do you guys think it's weird? I think it's not. I think it's a fun outlet. I feel like I'm the oh, you already wrote that. I already read that. So that one is just kind of if you're nostalgic for the 90s and you want to know what things that were going on, then this podcast we're going to talk about. I think you guys will like it. Did you see the little clips I did some clips. I love the idea, totally different vibes, yeah, different. It's on my to-do list for this weekend. Okay. By this weekend, it'll hopefully be on all the platforms. Right now, it's only on Spotify or my YouTube, or we have a YouTube. And I've put some clips out there, and I'll be putting clips through the weekend. And I'm going to be putting a clip for Jen's episode for the House Medium this weekend. The difference with me and Jeff's podcast, it's going to be video. We're going to have a YouTube channel where you can watch the podcast or listen, because it's different than my podcast. On the House Medium, people are nervous, as Jen knows. They're nervous to come on. They're nervous to record. So getting people to record and be filmed is asking a lot. This weekend, happy Mother's Day to everybody, by the way. And I don't think I put Happy Mother's Day on my Patreon, did I? I feel really bad. Did I? Did you pin your mug to the wall? I just noticed I did. This is called Star Wars. This is Star Wars, and that is a Alice in Wonderland mug. I did. Okay. Well, for this Mother's Day for me, I finally did something for me, and I went to the Ren Fair. We went to the Ren Fair, and that was fun. And at the Ren Fair, I got my favorite incense from this guy. It's the name of his business is Pure Incense. And you can go ahead and put your question in, Sebastian. The funny thing, this is the name of this incense. It's called Pure Incense. And if you noticed, I haven't been advertising my incense wands because I want to find a way to get these done in resin or a metal, because I have a feeling people want that more. Am I right? Am I my intuition that they may want it in resin? And I want to find a place that will make them cheaper too, because then I can sell them cheaper. So I've paused it to be more efficient. Hey, Nikki, what did you see for me? What's the energy that comes first for you? Okay. uh, I got you, Nikki R. Hi, Nikki. Nikki's been doing my mentorship. I was there too, both of the last Saturdays. It was so much fun. Next year, I want to have a costume ready, maybe a steampunk. I totally was in costume. Were you there? I was there Sunday. Oh, I wish I knew. It's been great. Thank you, Nikki. If you don't mind sending a review for me to post and read on my podcast, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to get to you, Blueberry, aka Sebastian. But I wanted to show you these incense. And this is what they look like. It's like the reason why it's called pure incense is because it literally is pure incense. Whoa, I almost, there's no stick, if you notice. And the guy's so funny because you know how Ren people are. I was like, oh, I've been looking for you, ba 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 ba. And he's just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He was just kind of like, he didn't seem concerned that people can't find him online. He didn't seem concerned about it at all. He said that somebody owns the name. But these are really awesome if you can find them. Pure incense. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, some guy has the name and he wants to sell it to me for $100,000." And I was like, "Okay, well, it was really hard to find." And I was standing there bragging about these incense and people were asking me and I'm like, "Dude, I'm selling you your incense for you. You're welcome." They were like, "Oh, really? Really?" And I was like, "Yes, these are really amazing incenses and blah." And he's like, and they were buying them. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Nicolette. I met Nicolette in person because she came to visit LA to see if she's going to move here. And I got to meet you in person. I forgot to ask you, Nicolette, because you're so quiet. Did I seem the same in person as you've seen me on here? Besides cursing at traffic in LA? Okay, to answer your question, Blueberry Berry, you're in when I first like logged on, I heard like the "eeng," and I felt like your energy wa- was just like hyper. Exactly the same, but all in a good way. Yay, cool, Nicolette. What did you think of LA? Susan used to live in LA. You can talk to Susan and tell her the whole tour while I talk to why I talked to Blueberry Berry. Yeah, it just felt like a lot coming at me, like kind of like electrical energy coming towards me. And it wasn't negative. It just felt really like, when you get like a charge and I drank coffee. When you get, like, charged up, like, if you charge up, like, an electric car or something, that's what it felt like. It felt like everything was like electric car. Yeah, I'm gonna promote coffee because I have the Medium Brew Cafe, which, by the way, if we open up a cafe from When Starbucks Was Fun podcast, that would, of course, be the name of it. And now I, am doing a whole podcast about coffee. Um, so yeah, I felt like your energy was just very electrified. It felt like everything was just like push. I feel like it's good, but you just got to make sure that you're balancing. Make sure you're putting your feet in the ground and getting grounded because it kind of felt like all like almost like lightning bolts hitting me. This is really good. There's nothing bad about it, but you also want to get grounded. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, some vendors were not social media savvy, which was surprising. One sold pastries and honeys and jams, and I looked them up and updated Instagram once or twice a year. Womp womp. Oh, that's true. Oh, I have to tell you something inside inspired everyone to hear this because I know you guys are going to appreciate this because this is the best. This is the best. Um, I got you, Lorena. This is the best. What do you see for me soon? Okay. Remind me to tell you this. I'm going to tell Blueberry, 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 Blueberry. I'm going to tell Blueberry, Blueberry, but remind me to tell you this after I tell him. What do I see for you soon? I feel like you're going on a very like creative path. Like the vision I have is like when you start putting one brick one down at a time, that you're building and you're growing. It doesn't look like anything's supposed to pop off right now. Like, in other words, you want everything to be right now, and it's this time is more about building and growing. I know that about you. So I feel like this is a building, growing time. This isn't a time to make vast decisions. This isn't a time to make quick, fast decisions. This is a time to slowly build and grow and be excited about building and growing, not about like rapid change. Okay. That's what I see for your career, all of the aspects of your life. Slow down. That's why I said you need to be grounded. You need to kind of pull back and be more grounded. I know you want everything now, but you can't have everything now. Hello, sunshine. Hope you are fabulistic. It's been forever since I've seen you. Beautiful shine you got going. Oh, thank you, Michelle. That was awesome. Does that make sense to you, Blueberry Berry? Because I know you get impatient, but you got to have patience. So I wanted to tell you guys at the Ren Fair, there is this great, I know I could feel you disappointed. I could feel it. He's like, yeah, whatever, Adela. Uh, at the Ren Fair, there's this, I don't know if you saw this in Sight Inspire, but there's these people who sell honey. Their honeys are so good. I could tell you're disappointed. They're so good. It's just honey. It's not pastries and jams, and it's okay. I know you're disappointed, but I don't think people understand the value of building. Building things is very important. If you don't build a foundation, anything you try to put on it will fall. If you try to just throw something up and get it up there, it will not last. That is my warning to you, Blueberry Berry, aka Arcane, aka Sebastian. So they have these wonderful honeys, but you know what the name of the company is? Holy Honey. So what do you think they really are? Think about it. They're honey. It's like they have their honey in the middle, like 2 hours out of LA. Up, and I remember last year they were like, come visit. You can go apple picking. And I was like, feels very culty. And they have great honey, but they are religious. They trying to recruit? They are religious. That's why they're called Holy Honey. I looked it up because I had a feeling, even when I go in there, I just had this vibe by the people selling. I was right. The process, yeah, it's totally got to be a cult because they're religious. It's a religion selling honey, and they all are up in the mountains. Look it up, Holy Honey. The process is the most important part. Exactly. Exactly. Hello, did you see my grandson doing overnight visits with his mom? I'm doing readings on with donation, Carla. So the next person I have is Nikki. She donated for a intuitive reading, not propaganda with honey. I know. Yeah, it was hilarious. You still gonna eat it? Yeah, I did. They have great honey. They make these honey. You did, TB? Okay. I didn't see it. They make these great like everything they make is great, to be honest. It's like I got you, Tanaya. I got it. Yeah. Sorry, my phone dropped. Did you say yes, Nikki? What's your question? Got you, Tanaya. Um, yeah, they make really, really good honey, and they make these great honeycomb candies. I mean, it's really good. I may not join their cult, but I will buy their honey. Guess I'm supporting their cult. The Amish make great butter. I bet cults make great honey. Yeah, well, the Amish is a cult. I mean, anything that makes you live a certain lifestyle according to what they tell you to live and how they want you to live. I classify that as cult. I grew up in a cult. What's your question, Nikki? So, yeah. I have an interview on Tuesday for a 6-month contract with the possibility of converting to permanent. Can you look into the interview? I'm supposed to meet with 2 people from the team. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let me take a look. Oops, sorry, that's my crystals. Be quiet, crystals. 6-month contract with the possibility of converting. Okay, hold on. Let me see these 2 people. Let me remote view them. Um, yeah, I feel like what they're doing is they're kind of scrambling because they have to make everything solidified. They have to kind of get everything in order. I don't feel like they're ready to make that decision right now. Like, in other words, right now, if you were to ask them if you could be permanent, they would say, we can't tell you yes, because they're actually rearranging everything, changing everything, moving things around. So it does look like they're kind of scrambling and trying to get everything lined up. So they're not prepared to say, like, yes, this is a time we want to be open to something permanent. It's almost like I feel like a lot of anxious and a lot of anxiety from them about the way things are right now. So I would say that they're not a place you want to be permanent the way they are right now. So, and even though I know you want to, the what's happening, or at least this department is going through a lot of changes and they're trying to rearrange it. I don't see that they wouldn't want to have you permanent, but they have to rearrange everything, get everything in order before they could invite that to you. So I feel like uncomfortable saying to you, yeah, like, yes, they're going to tell you because they are in the middle of change. Hi, Rose. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. They're in the middle of like changing everything. So it's premature to even talk about. You may even change your mind if you want to be with them because they're going through so many changes right now. You know what I mean? You may even say, like, do I want to be with this company because the way, at least this department, because they're going through so many changes. So I would say just be very happy where you are right now and don't feel the need to push it. Just take the 6 months and chill out. But I do feel that you'll get the 6 months. I would still take the contract for the time being if I don't see this 6-month one being a problem. I will say that they are very nervous, and this is my warning to you. When you go in, you have to be very concise and speak, and I know you tend to be very thoughtful in your thoughts. You gotta kind of get to the point, have more your energy a little bit more up because they're kind of in a neurotic place and they need to feel like, okay, confident that about you, and go like, they're going to be able to handle this job, they're going to be able to do it, we're not going to have to worry about it. So you got to come in strong, confident, with a high energy, not like a feeling of a wavering energy. Like, you can't be like, you can't be like, oh, well, just thinking about things too much and taking your time too much. They need to know you're solid. That is how you'll win them over. Like, when they're like, can you do this? You're like, yes. Can you do that? You're like, sure. I've done this and that, like that. Okay. And yeah, um why are cults, okay, you got it. Okay, Lorena, you're next. Why do cults Why are they talented in the culinary? You want to know why? Because you welcome, Nikki. Because it's an easy way to fund the cults. Like if you sell cookies, you sell honey, you sell something you make, they can like get it cheap, get that labor, get everyone who's in the cult making it, and they can just sell it and they can kind of hide. Lorena, are you Isabel? Hi, Adela. Just wanted to look into this situation with this guy. Basically, want to know if there's an actual potential, okay, future there, or is he just playing need it straight? Well, I tell it to you like it's straight. And I wanted to make sure, is Sebastian still here? After Lorena will be TB, Tanaya. Um, Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes. It does help in my little stream. Wanted to remind everybody before I answer Isabel that tomorrow I'm going to be posting a new video, and I got to be better about. I think my last YouTube video I was clear about like picking winners, and this one it looked a little confusing. But this time I'm gonna start doing picking winners by the date. Tomorrow I'm picking new winners for YouTube to do speed readings, free 3 speed readings. And so if you want that, you got to say read me before tomorrow. Um, okay. Let me get to Isabel. Oh, Michelle, their honey is amazing. I need to catch up with Sunshine privately. I always have to remind you. You say on to Dylan Shop remote viewer, is your info still the same for private? Remind me what? I'm not quite sure what that means. Yes, my is your install the same for private? Yes, it's AdelaLavine.com. You can book at AdelaLavine.com. I don't know what you mean by remind me about. That was so long ago, I'm not going to remember. But yeah, AdelaLavine.com for private readings. You will Yeah, so I'm doing readings on donations. So, Carla, you're asking me questions, and I'm actually doing readings on donations. So, I'm reading Lorena now, and then I'll read Tanaya. Are you able to get message from miscarried babies? Yes. Why? Yes. Sorry. I know her, so I'm kind of giving her a mom look. Um, okay, let me do Isabella. Isabel, let me look. I did just want to look this situation with this guy. Okay, let me take a look at the guy. Let me see what's up with this guy. Is he bullshitting you or not? Okay, hold on. Hi, Chelsea. Chelsea. Let me look at him, Isabel. Okay, there he is. The only thing I see with him, Isabel, right now he's just kind of like where he is. He's not kind of looking to do anything more crazy, like anything more right now. He's like with you, he's having this time with you. Um, I feel like that's where he's stuck at. Like, I think you're wanting to know about the future a little too soon because he's kind of happy where things are. I kind of just saw him stuck, not stuck, but he's like in the space you're in right now. I feel like the one thing though is, um, have you not heard from him or something? Because that's kind of why I'm trying to figure out why I see him stuck on you. It's almost like this is the moment he's in, this is the space he's in. That's what I saw. Yeah. No, he's kind of that's why I say I feel like I saw him like on pause. Yeah, I kind of feel like if he stopped replying, then it's pretty clear. You know what I mean? I just feel like he's just kind of was good where you guys were, like it was fun to date and he was having a good time, but maybe he might have sensed that you wanted something more and he wasn't really into having anything more. I just don't see him moving past that. It's just dating, having a nice time, nothing really more than that right now for him. So I'm telling it to you like straight, like you asked. If you want something more, that's not where he's at right now. He just looks like he's like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, and that's it. So I'm doing readings on donations only, and the people who have donated, I've been reading, and TB, and then I have C Yvette. Is that you, Chelsea? Donated. Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you. You're welcome. So, you welcome. I'm going to tell it to you like it's straight. I'm going to tell it to you like it is. I got you, Rose. Oops. I got you, Rose. Yes, I love that. I know. I'm glad you love that because some people don't. But I have a reputation for that. Be gentle with me. I love Tanaya. Okay. You welcome, Rose. I got you. Okay, now just popped in. Hey, Chelsea. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so TB, I have two gentleman friends that may be romantic prospects. What do you see? Is there potential with either one? Ooh, everybody give a round of applause for Tanaya. We've been waiting for this day. We have been waiting for Tanaya to be getting her groove on with. Is Tanaya getting her groove back? Is Tanaya getting her groove back? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ooh la la. Round of applause. Yeah, I hope so. Hey, Danny. All right, all right. Hey, Danny, long time no see. What's up? Okay. Wanted to tell everybody, remind everybody, because a lot of you here have taken my classes, and you'd be happy to know that I'm posting videos instead for you to buy and download. So you don't have to come to a particular time to see my class. Some of you have taken a lot of my classes. You might not, you might be ahead of the classes I'm posting, but I'm going to be doing part 1, part 2, part 3 in every subject. Like I did opening a third eye, then I did psychic develop part 1. Now I'm going to do a part 2, then I'll do a part 3. This way you can just follow it easy, go to my website, buy it, download it, and watch it in your leisure. And I felt like that is the best way to do it right now with everyone back to life. I am CVET live reading Carla info about my okay. Okay, I'm gonna get to you, Carla. I got you. I'm gonna read tonight, then I'm gonna read you. The first class on third eye was perfect. I'm starting mentorship this weekend. So excited. Yay. Okay, Tanaya. Tanaya, let's take a look at the two gentlemen. I just couldn't help but like joke with her and do a little happy dance because we're happy for Tanaya. We're happy for TB. Ooh, that would work so much better for me personally. I'll look into those classes. Yes, see? So I'll be posting a new class every week on my website for you to just take and watch at your leisure. I think this is better for everyone. And the mentorships will be more one on one for people working with me one on one. Thank you, Susan. All right, let's get started on Tanaya, TB. Let me look at the two gentlemen. We'll call him gentleman A, gentleman B. I feel like there's one that I see, he's a little more mature. He's a lot more serious about it. It's almost like I see him looking at you and kind of really like I want to say I don't want to say he's Mr. Suave or something, but he's definitely got a little more game and he's more mature and he looks more serious. The other guy just kind of looks like he's taking his time, taking too long. I don't know. It just feels like he's taking too long to like get going. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like the first one, the first guy, I feel like there's one that's more serious and he looks a little more mature, a little more serious, and he's kind of like pursuing you a little more than the other, or giving you more attention. And the other is just kind of like sort of there. Yes, that's the perfect way to describe them. Okay. I like the one that's like stepping up to the plate. I like his energy. He's more can handle you. He's more got a stronger personality because let's face it, TB, Tanaya, you need a strong man to handle you. Did I just say that? Did I just say that? Get it? Get it? Get it, TB? Yes, she needs a strong man. Mhm. I did say it because she does. She needs someone who's like going, "Let's go, let's get this." I was afraid that the mature one was a little slick. He's slick, but like in a sexy way, not in a bad way. He just has more game. Fire, fire, fire. Everybody give fire emojis, give heart emojis. Let's get Tanaya going and tell her to get out of her head and get going. Okay? Get out of your head and get going. Go for the mature one. Go for the one with game. You don't want the immature one is less threatening. Okay, and boring. And also not going to be able to handle you. You can't be with someone you're just going to walk over all no. I'm not telling you what to do. You asked me what I saw. That's what I see. Okay? Get out of your head and get going. Get yes. Add some spice to your life. It's getting hot up in here. Exactly. Hearts from Cassie. Thank you. We all need some encouragement when we're being a little stuck and a little bit safe and a little bit boring. Boring. Hello from Brazil. What's up, Brazil? Okay. Hey, Nicolette. I got you. You think that immature one can't handle me? No. Adela and boring killed me. He moves it. Boring. Next. Next. Mature. Mature game. Got some moves, you know. That's who we're going with. You asked me what I saw. It is up to you. It is your life. It is your love life. But I tell people what I see for real. And I don't hold any punches. Okay. All right, she's been super patient. So let me get to Carla. I think Carla's new to me, so she's probably like, "What the hell's what's going on in this place?" Carla Thomas, what do you wanted to know, Carlos? Carla, you're saying your grandson in custody. Can you explain that? Don't settle to be when you settle, you have regrets. Let's do snaps. Snaps on that. Absolutely. Okay, Carla, what's your question? Can you make it very clear? You want to know about custody. Can you make it clear? I'll look at the legal. This is a serious one. So I want to be respectful to that. Custody, can you go ahead and explain exactly what your question is? I'll look at the legal stuff. These are usually tricky. Thanks for the encouragement, everyone. Yeah, she needs it. She needs it because she'll take forever. And Tanaya Nicolette's looking to move here. Give her some encouragement. Give her some encouragement. Where are you, Carla? She do. Of course. Did Carla leave? I hope she's still here. Yes, thank you for giving her all of the hands, all of the hands, all of the hands, all the snaps. Everybody needs a little encouragement when they are going down the settling path. She decided to come back after 3 years. We now have a court date for custody. So you have, let me just be clear, you have the baby, you have the child, and your daughter is getting trying to get custody. Can you be clear? Oh, do you see my mom receiving visitation? Oh, do your mom receiving visitation to you? I think I'm confused. Do I see your mom receiving visitation to you? She decided to come back after 3 years and we now have a court. Oh, for you to visit with your mom? Is that what you're saying, Carla? So your mom left and you're wondering if she's going to have visitations with you. Are you under 18? I think I'm trying to understand. I just want to make sure what I'm looking at here. Because that's unusual for the child to ask. Good luck, Nicolette. Trust your instincts. Tanaya, you could give her more encourage than that. You know that she's going to have a good time in LA. What the hell was that? Okay, I'm reading Carla, and I'm just trying to get this story straight. Then after her is Rose, and then after her is Nicolette. I'm trying to understand the story, Carla. Are you the one that you would be getting the visitation? Have to get the visitation? She decided to come back after 3 years. We now have a court date for custody. Thanks. Do you see my mom receiving visitation? I think her I think grandson. I am Yvette. Okay, your grandson. Got it. Okay, your grandson. Okay. When I move, I travel to different areas and see what. Okay, that's just advice, Tanaya. She already did that. Thank you. I was just talking about overall energy. Okay, I got it, Carla. I got it. Yes, my phone is going in and out. I'm the grandmother. Okay, I just read it. I hope you're going to be able to hear me. I'm just going to tell you now, Carla, because it will take forever if I keep pausing. I'm going to tell you everything. If you miss anything I say, just go back when you can and just rewind it to this moment and watch what I said. Okay? Okay. All right. Let me take a look. This is a serious one, so my energy gets a little hotter. All right, hold on. I want to take a look. This is serious business. So this is what I see. Whenever I do these, I do look at the judge, and this judge is a little bit old-fashioned. I want to say, I think they look older. I think you're going to have a male judge. They do try to have the mom get involved again. That's what I mean by old fashioned. So it's not like he's going to, and if I'm right, it's a he, but it definitely looks like male energy. It doesn't look like they're gonna force like you have to hand over the child. It looks more like there's a lot she has to do before she can get there. So I definitely see that this judge is the type that's like, we want to encourage the mother to be involved. We want to encourage the mother to be a part, but it's not like automatic. It's not like she comes back and goes, "Hey, I'm back and I want custody." This judge is going to require a lot of check marks. And when I see her, when I see the mother, she's not prepared for a lot of these check marks. I know it's so stressful, and my heart goes out to you because this is so stressful. But I do feel like you have she's not there's a lot she has to change. I think she thinks she's gonna come back and go, "I'm the mom," and that's that, right? And no, she's gonna have to change a lot, prove about her living. I just see him going like, "I want this to be happening," but she does have to go through a lot of proof, and then once she proves that she's done all the changes, then it would be like supervised, like, it's a lot of steps. So I don't see as automatic. And I feel like she's gonna sit there and act like she's gonna do all these things, but I feel like the reason why she left is because she really didn't wanna have to do all those things in the first place. So, I hate to say this, and this is very personal, so I'm gonna be very careful because this is online, but I do feel like this is more of a financial thing for her than it is a heart thing, and that's all I'll say. Um about it on here. I don't really like to put such sensitive subjects on YouTube. So if you want, I'm not doing this because anyone who follows me knows I don't push my readings on people, but I do want to be respectful. So if to get deeper details, I'd rather do that on a private reading. But if that gives you some help, I hope it helped. Okay? Okay, Rose, you are next. Wishing you the best, lots of love. Yeah, that is very hard. Thank you guys. Send her love. You know what I mean? That is like super hard. That is like very, very difficult. Okay, so my next person is Rose. Yeah, so beyond stressful. It is. You know, the system, and if Tanaya's in here, she knows a lot about this. The system is definitely needs to be changed a lot because it's not a perfect system. There's a lot. I feel like I feel like one day that I feel like my vision is one day they're going to have advocates, excuse me, for children to speak for the children rather than adults speaking for them, children who are able to speak for themselves. I feel like that's going to happen in the future. One day they're going to realize, why didn't they check with children? Okay, Rose. Okay, thank you. I will schedule private reading. But I hope did that make sense to you? You know what I mean? Because I wanted it to be at least give you some guidelines in the meantime. Um, in the end, I just want to wrap it up to say like it would take a lot. Yes, I'm very familiar with the system. Unfortunately, people seek custody, but they are not prepared for responsibility. Thank you, Tanaya. She's very familiar. And some people come in prepared, but I didn't see that. That's where my sight comes in versus to knowledge. Okay, Rose, I'm thinking about going to two different roles for my career, and I want to know what you think. One is becoming a deputy sheriff and also going to school to become a CRNA. Even I am taking one classes per semester, and the second one is working as I always say this wrong. Phil, Phil, a phlebotomist and going to school to become a CRNA. Okay. Which road should you take? A deputy sheriff. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. So you're going to be a deputy sheriff and get your CRNA at the same time? You're doing both at the same time? I mean, how much work are you trying to give yourself? I'm just like, wow. Wait, so you're trying to be a deputy sheriff while you're becoming a CRNA at the same time, or you're going to be taking blood because I'm not going to say the name again and go to school to become a CRNA. My first hit, Rose, is that you are much more excited about being a deputy sheriff. I don't see you going the second path. I don't see that's what you want. It's not like you couldn't, not yet, but I would like to. I can take one per class. I kind of saw being a deputy sheriff was something more you were drawn to. That's more kind of what you feel towards. I feel like I remember this question from some other time. If I maybe I'm imagining it, but I feel like the deputy sheriff feels more like where your heart is and where your soul is. I feel like the other is interesting, but I definitely just don't. I definitely don't see the taking blood as a path that you would be satisfied with. So I would say the vision I had was the deputy sheriff path. And it looked like when you took that path, that's more what you felt more drawn towards and more happy about. I feel like those are my options since I'm struggling financially. No, but yeah, but I would like to. I can take. Okay, I feel like those are my options since I'm struggling. Yeah, I feel like the deputy sheriff is would if you go down that path, you're gonna like it. You're gonna catch on to it quick. You're gonna feel more comfortable, more secure, and then from there you can start looking into the CRNA type of thing. You know what I mean? I feel like you would feel more secure in that and actually more comfortable in that job, and then after that, you can start looking into from there. Does that make sense? Yeah. Thank you all for being so supportive to each other in this live stream. I love the fact that's what I love when everybody, it's what I love on my Patreon. You guys all talk to each other and support each other. I love that you guys are supportive on here. We all need it. Good night, everyone. Glad to have a little fellowship with like-minded folk. Yeah, thank you, Susan. That's what I was saying. I know it's late there, Susan. Good night. Do you see me being able to do both in the future, Deputy Sheriff? Not at the same time. No, not at the same time. I feel like you will do one and then go into the other. That's what I was saying. So this chat probably came in late, but I was saying deputy sheriff, and then I could see you transitioning into pursuing your CRNA. Go easy on yourself. You know, whenever you're trying to make a change, everyone, whenever you're trying to shift your life, don't try to make it so hard for yourself. Don't try to like put all the bricks out and see what you can build. Maybe make yourself like have allow yourself to slowly build. Whenever you want to shift your future, you want to build. Could you work as a CNA while pursuing Tanaya? This is the thing to everyone. You can logically go over everything with her, but when I'm doing a reading, I'm telling someone what I see. I'm not like using logical um aspects of it. So I'm sure she could, but I don't see that. So she's asking what I see, and I'm telling her in the reading what I see. Um, so what I see is that you being a deputy sheriff, I see you look happier, you look more fulfilled, and then you can go pursuing a CRNA. That's what I see. Um, I don't see it working and flowing any other way. That's what I see. But of course, you can do it whatever you want. I mean, you could be stubborn and go a different direction. Tanaya knows a little bit about being stubborn. What I try to do with my site is try to help you guys avoid pitfalls and difficulties and things that are going to make it harder. But it doesn't mean you have to listen to me at all, because sometimes, even if we know things just a little, watching at work club, watching at work club. Ooh, Candle Lady's working. Okay, no problem. No problem. Um, so yeah, so I feel like I'm trying to guide you in a path that would be the least difficult. So I definitely see deputy sheriff going easier. And I actually, and this is weird because when I read, I definitely feel what you're feeling, because I know if it's not me, because there's no desire in me for any of that. But when I'm you, I feel really comfortable and happy in this role, and then you're like, okay, now I'm going to start working on the CRNA. Okay. All right. So, Nicolette, you are last. You're my last reading. You're at my, yeah, you're at the end of the list, I should say. And I'm kind of confused on what you're asking for. I passed my exam twice already. Which exam? So I don't have a specific question, but I miscarried back in 2012 and just wanted to see if there's any message from Angel Baby. Okay. Hi, Emerly. Good luck, Rose. You passed your exam for what? The deputy? The deputy sheriff? Written in Okay. I don't want to be like, I told you, but um this is what I do. Okay. I am a seer, not to be like a jerk, but I mean, that's why I keep seeing it. Okay. I'm just saying. But if some people, facial expressions. I mean, if some people want to be all stubborn and everything, like some other people I know, I mean, you can be stubborn and just say, what should I do? I don't know. I'm passing this test over and over. The fan says it all. Thank you. Because it's just like, I just feel like mama is getting tired. Mama's getting worn out here, trying to help people. And they're like, I don't know what to do. I just keep passing a test over and over. I appreciate your guidance. Ha ha, stubborn. Yes. Yes. Listen, everyone, you don't have to make life so hard for yourself. If something's flowing, go with the flowing of it. Okay, Nicolette, that's a very special reading. You need a MLK fan and a big. I used to wear hats because I went to church, and you know how black churches are. I grew up going to black churches. You wore hats and gloves and you had fans. And I used to wear hats and gloves. I recently met someone. They were like, but I'm getting mixed. Yeah, so I'm reading people who've donated, and I'm reading Nicolette right now, who donated for a reading because I'm only reading on donations. Okay, Nicolette. So what I'm going to do on this reading is, when you have a miscarriage, the baby spirit will definitely talk about you and the situation, and it's very delicate. But the way I've learned to understand it is that they kind of know that they were going to maybe be born, and sometimes they're not sure if they want to be. This is what I've learned from that realm. That sometimes they're kind of like, I'm not sure. Sometimes they're like, I don't want to be born in in a body that won't work very well. I don't want that path. Hi, Zachary. How do you pay for speed reading on here? I'm trying to hit the link. No go. Um, yeah, it's just, yeah, very interesting. It's in the bio. There's different ones. There's 3 different ones. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and talk. I wanted to say her because the first vision I had was a girl. I don't know if what you got from it, but I see a little girl and she's really adorable. She doesn't look totally like you. I want to say she kind of she looks like you. I feel like when you were little. I don't know why, but she has like your hair lighter. She's lighter. And I feel like it's almost like she grows into more of a different color. And I don't know why she's telling me that, but she's telling me that like it's important to like maybe you might understand it, not because it's important about color, obviously. Um, she's very kind of, I feel like when I see her, oh, that's what it is. You know what it is? It's like if she were to be born, she might have had like almost like a blood um situation, and also like a sensitive skin situation. It looks like there would have been a lot of sensitivity to the body. Like almost that's why I had a feeling that it was like this wouldn't have been a good the body would have had some problems, and it would have had some problems almost like with the blood, and the skin would have been sensitive. Anyway, she's saying that later's a time that this wasn't the time because of the way she would have been born. She says you weren't ready, you were distraught, you were kind of, she loves your energy because you're calm. She's very sassy like this. So she said that I love that about her. That's why I picked her. But she wasn't calm. She loved that you're calm energy, but you weren't calm at the time. And the person you were with was not calm at the time. And the whole situation was not calm, not the right time. Now, not all baby spirits come back to the same, they come back around. Some of them don't. This one looks like she's going to. This one looks like she wants to. Now you saw, I don't know if you saw, but I posted um about a reading I did on here. Did you guys see me post it? I'm going to read it to you to kind of prove I'm not just saying shit. And this was someone who she said, hold on, where is it? It was really nice of her. She sent it in. She said, "Hi, Adela. I just wanted to send a little update and thank you. A few months ago, you did a medium reading on YouTube Live where you connect with my grandma. In that reading, she kept showing you a little girl in the month of November. I had also been having dreams about a baby girl. We had been on the fence about when to try for a second child, and we decided, and now was the time to try. Well, exciting news. We are due with the baby in November, and we just found out today baby is a girl. I never doubted that reading, but wow, how incredible and a beautiful gift to know that she was with grandma. It means so much to me. Thank you for sharing what you do with the world. Oh, very sweet. Yeah. So baby spirits are pretty clear. They pretty clear with me. They know what's up. They will tell me things very clearly. And I get these updates all the time. And that's why I always tell people when I see like a baby like in the balcony around someone, I call it the balcony. They're not coming from a while. When I see them like sitting in your lap, I'm like, if you don't want a baby, you better wrap it up tight. And when I see a baby saying, I want her, that then I know that. And sometimes they're like, I don't think I was gonna come back. I think I was kind of maybe be born, but I decided not to. This one looks like she wants to come back when the time is right. She said, you were a mess. The person you were with was a mess. The whole thing was a mess. She didn't like the situation. So she'll be back. She looks like she has bouncy curls. She's lighter, but she may not look that 100% the way the bouncy curls, but the lighter, I think she's saying has more to do with the blood at the time. But I think she starts off that way and then changes over time. Anyway, later. Okay. So yeah, not all the time do babies come back to the same person. Sometimes they say, I mean, they just don't come here at all. They're like, I got a little, because I believe baby spirits float between the worlds. And then when they're born, they slam into the body and they click into the body. So they kind of drift between the worlds until birth. That's what I believe. You guys can have your own belief. That's just what I've come to understand. And so sometimes they're kind of floating and they go, I just don't want to do the whole thing. Yes, that situation was with my crazy ex and I definitely wasn't ready. Right. Do they sometimes move on to someone else if the first person doesn't get? No, it doesn't work like that. It's not like they're just hopping around to look for somebody. They are bonded. See, I think what people don't understand is that we think it's only physical, like it's only a physical birth or connection, but there's also a spiritual connection. So when a baby spirit is looking at someone, they're not just like shopping. They've said, this is the person I want to, connect with spiritually. This is why I always tell people if you're looking to have a baby, you need to start connecting to the baby spirit before you um before you only think about the physical. So you want to connect to the spirit of the baby. How do they determine who they are born to? They kind of just go, I think I want to learn these lessons. It's like you only know the notes of it. You don't know the whole story. None of us know the whole story. We're like, okay, these are the lessons I might learn. This person might help teach these things, but you don't know the whole story because based on the decisions people make, every decision someone makes, the future starts to unfold. So parents have a chance to grow and evolve and change, and sometimes they do. And as we know, sometimes they don't. So they can look at someone and say, oh, that person's really like with I was saying with you, Nicolette, they're very calm, they're very chill, but it looks like the way they're living their life and the person they're choosing to be with, and that's probably not going to work for me. So they only know, like, kind of imagine if you were gonna go on a trip, right? And you were gonna go on a trip around the world, and you were like, "These are gonna be my guides," because parents are just guides. And they're like, "Here's your guides. Here these 2 guides that you're gonna have." You go, "Okay, they seem like they're gonna be really great, but hopefully they don't change over this trip and freak out or get depressed or not like, they kind of lose it or whatever. Hopefully, they're going to want to grow and evolve on this trip and learn things like me because we're supposed to be learning from each other. And a lot of parents, as we know, decide not to, and a lot of sometimes they do. Um, The vision or remote view that I saw of myself holding a baby is exactly the glimpse that I saw, and the baby looked just like me with the bouncy curly hair, just like me when I was a toddler. Yeah, I feel like I saw her. She's kind of more like the way I look with this ring light on me right now, by the way, because I'm actually this is a little bit, brighter. And then she like changes. So I just for some reason saw that and something about her eyes. Absolutely love that you're telling everyone, sorry, sunshine, I'm a tech stupid. I'll do a private. That's okay. Well, I picked the wrong guides. No, you didn't pick the wrong guides. It's not about that. You don't know everything. People have a chance to grow. I picked guides too that aren't like my mother died when I was 10 days old. So I could look at it that way too, but I don't feel like there's a lot of elements that go into it. Parents aren't gods. They don't know everything. They're just people that get pregnant and have children. So you know that in that realm, you have a higher understanding of that. In that realm, you're like, I know these are humans that don't really know everything. But of course, when you're born, you're like, I'm a kid and I'm trusting these people and I'm innocent and I'm putting all my faith and trust in them. And you look up to them, of course. It's up to the parent to want to stretch themselves to grow and evolve. That's why parenting is so difficult. And that's why I think it's wrong that we make it act like it's not a big deal. I think as we evolve as people, we're going to start realizing and maybe even teaching that being a parent is a big deal. It's a big responsibility, not just for what people say, but in the sense that you have to be willing to stretch yourself, grow, and evolve. So your parents had a chance to evolve too, but they chose not to. Children are supposed to help us remember pieces of ourselves, remember the innocence in of ourselves, remember the light, and to maybe that we're going to get back in touch with that. And sometimes people do, and sometimes people don't. We don't have control over that. But there may be aspects that you wanted to learn from them. So even as difficult as my childhood was when my mom died when I was 10 days old, raised by my aunt, uncle, and that was very difficult. There are things from that I got for this life. They could have grown and evolved and changed. That would have been great. But it didn't happen. So, there lots of that didn't happen. So that's the exchange. I hope when my vision is that one day we're going to take parenting much more seriously than we do right now. Right now, we just kind of look at it as like you get someone pregnant and then you're a parent. But I feel like when we make it much more of a responsibility in a spiritual way, and I think that is what we need to change. It's not just biological responsibility. So that's just what I've learned so far. Thus far. I'm a proud teaching spiritual GMA grandma. About the going to the other people, I asked because I think I told you about a dream I had of a soul that wanted to be my kid, but they weren't, but they told me who their mom will be and when they'll be born. Yeah, that probably is you just seeing it could be like you seeing a baby spirit just talking to you about who they're going to be born to. Because obviously you weren't ready to have a baby. Yes, I hope so. Yes, grandma. Yeah, I don't ever see spirits going, "Oh, is it you? Okay, never mind, then it's you." I don't really see that. They either decide to come through someone or they just decide they don't want to come through at all. That's how I see it. There's plenty of souls. There's plenty of souls. There's no shortage of souls like people think. So you might have been seeing something else. I I mean, I was ready, but unless it was a big Jesus baby. That right. That's what I mean by ready. There's few ways you have to be ready to have a baby, and that is one of them. You have to be able to make it. And so maybe you were just seeing a baby spirit? I don't know. I can't really answer that in this quick little second. That was so awesome. Thank you, Dale. You welcome. Thank you, everyone. Too much responsibility for me. I opted out of parenting, got the factory shut down. That's fine. You should know who you are and what you want and how you're built. That is the best thing you could do in life. Know who you are and what you want, and don't let anybody convince you otherwise. 100% support that. That's awesome. Thank you all so much. Remember, I'll be posting a new video probably tomorrow. Blessings to you, sunshine. Thank you. Let's give everybody some finger snaps and claps and hearts and love and support for each other. Um, I'm going to be posting another class again. I'll be posting, also, I'm doing the mentorship. And if you want to know about that, that's on my website. The mentorships are people who want to work one-on-one about their gifts, either going professionally or understanding their gifts one-on-one. Insight Inspire did it with me, right? Insight Inspire. And some people are doing it to kind of help with their actual life and knowing how, oh, your new subscriber and patron. Hey, Rose. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Rose. Snappity snap, snap for you. Have a great night, too. And also, you could check out my new podcast if you just want to listen to something and laugh and have fun and reminisce about the 90s. Then I have a new podcast called When Starbucks Was Fun. But also check out Jen, who's been listening, who was on my House Medium podcast, where she talks about gnomes, and it was awesome. I'll be putting some posts on that too. I have all these things going. Mm, 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 mm. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget to send in your goddamn stories to the housemedium@gmail. Don't forget, I need your emails. I cannot do the house medium without all of you. So please send them in, please. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. Follow yourself. Follow no one. Listen to your inner voice. See you soon. Yes, look into it, Rose. Look into it, Rose, and you too can be on the house medium. Thank you. See you soon. Good night.